What's up, folks? Welcome back to another episode of the Puny Humans. I'm your host, True Victor, and so Drake's back at it again, guys. Unfortunately, the guy's out here stealing again. Well, all right, so I guess technically we can't say that he's stealing. I'm sorry. We can't say that he's stealing, right? But we've been deceived, and I must say, sorry, I'm a bit parched. Um, I must say, as an avid Drake supporter for so many years, since I would say Room for Improvement, uh, it kind of hurts to find out that um, the artist that I had at such of an high pedestal, um, he doesn't really put the pen to pad as much as I thought. You know, I'm finding out that this guy is now, mind you, because I'm seeing this question go around the internet a lot. The biggest difference between um, a rapper and a singer, in terms of having a ghostwriter or a composer, should I say, right? A singer, their talent is their voice, right? So that's why it's completely okay if singers have writers. They normally do have writers. Actually, it's very, very rare that a singer writes their own songs. But for a rapper, you know, one of the biggest things in hip hop have always been your wordplay. Your talent as a rapper is the way you put them words together, the way that you deliver those words. The cadences behind all of your flows and the delivery. It's just so much, that goes. But the biggest part, I'm sorry, I don't want to go off on a tangent. The biggest talent of a rapper is the way that he writes. Okay, so that's one of the biggest differences, which is why on a lot of Drake's melodic records, it didn't really matter that much that he had writers, right? Because he was singing on those. So his talent that he was portraying on those records was his voice, his vocals, right? If you are a listener of Drake, you know that majority of his career has consisted of timestamp records, right? The timestamp records are the ones where he really he's kind of spit some of his most prominent bars on, right? And unfortunately, it's come to light that he hasn't done that. Now, I will say myself, I feel that a lot of this is coming out now because he's in a war, should I say, with Universal Music Group, and with those being the people that held all of your secret. They held your Pandora's box, right? And I feel that they have now opened it, and Drake's image will continue to be tarnished even after the lawsuit's over. He's gonna lose. Remember, you heard it here. They're in the middle of trial now. True Victor definitely thinks that he's gonna lose. I'm telling y'all, he's gonna lose this trial. So I think that's who's leaking all of these records. I think that's who's behind all of Drake's biggest secrets coming out. I seen something about his Instagram DMs leaked. I didn't really dig into those because I'm not really too interested in seeing what a man talking about in his DMs. But these reference tracks, yeah. So I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. This is my guy Big Zo TV, and it looks like he is diving into what's going on with these reference tracks. It says Drake caught using reference tracks again. Let's see what they're talking about.
Don't let anybody tell you that you're not supposed to collaborate on. That's what this is for. We should, if you need somebody to write the whole thing, and all you do is just go in and track it. There's still artists that exist like that to this day.
That's not you, though.
That's not me.
Bro, this nigga lying to y'all, man.
P.O.P. Hold it down.
What up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Goods XY. Listen, man, I don't know, man. Shit just keeps happening, dog. And this shit is crazy, man. I don't know whether this is real or not. So we gonna talk about this, but we not gonna go too deep into it because we gotta get some more information about it. But they saying that there's some new Drake reference tracks.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
This is wild, bro. All I gotta say is that if these reference tracks are actually factual, like if this shit is real and there's some validity to this shit will be wild. Because all I remember people saying, man, is, yo, the reference tracks, everybody do reference tracks. They do it all the time. At least it's not the timestamp records.
Surprise, boom.
If it happens to be that the timestamp records are actually referenced, this is a problem. Now, I do gotta say, and I'm gonna say this because this is my skepticism as well. I do have to admit that anybody could get on this track, rap over the instrumental, and say, here's the reference track. But we gotta speculate, because at the end of the day, it's not like this nigga's never used a reference track.
Right.
And this is why history matters, and even with the cases going on, this is why when somebody says, I heard you like them young, this is why people look, because history matters.
Yep. I knew that was coming up.
We've seen you do things on stage that look questionable. This is why history matters. It's not that hard to understand. And I feel like people that are fans of him, they try not to understand it purposefully. And I get it. That's your guy.
Yeah, they coat.
That's why when you hear something about the reference track, you gotta give it some type of investigation. You gotta look into it a little bit. Now, this track is saying that 5 a.m. in Toronto has a reference track, and this was posted. But let's hear it real quick.
Cause I show them all, I gotta out these niggas. This is funny how money could change about these niggas. For real. Couple nobody started killing themselves. Couple albums dropped, still on the shelf. If I was willing to help, I got gold trophy from community validation. Bad press from the doing allegations. I ain't lying, my nigga.
I ain't gonna lie, yo, this sound crazy. It sound crazy for the fact that it sounds like the track. It's like the track that could be taken and polished up.
And
the way Drake polished it up, right?
Facts.
So
big facts.
Hey man, I don't know.
My time is money, that's why I ain't got the time for a nigga who time coming.
My
a lot
fault,
of
yo.
niggas stunting like that.
Yo, this is blasphemous. This is extremely blasphemous. I'm kind of lost for words, because I don't really even need to hear too much more of it. This is official. It's not AI, right? Like, it's not like somebody took Drake's actual record, put another voice on it, and tried to say it was a reference track, because you can tell by the way that the cadence is off, right? He's not hitting those pockets for on that beat the way that Drake hit him once he took the record and then made it actually go to the beat that it was supposed to go to. So, see, this is what it seems like he does. He takes people, because like it'd be a lie to say the dude ain't talented, right? Because believe it or not, it is a talent to be able, it's a skill to be able to take an idea, somebody's idea, right, and bring it to life. That's what Drake is doing. The problem is he doesn't own up to it, right? He tries to make it seem like, he's this heavy honcho writer, and he's not. That's the biggest issue. This is very saddening. Sad day in hip hop. Everything's looking gorgeous.
Without me, rap is just a bunch of orphans. But if I stay in the shit, it's a bunch of corpses.
Wow. I ain't gonna lie, this is a little scary. I ain't gonna lie, it's getting a little spooky, man. This getting a little spooky.
Yeah.
My dread from the wall and stash your money like hoarders of multi-platinum
recordings.
Niggas be hating me.
So as you can see, people are replying. I'm not gonna collaborate with somebody in any of the timestamp records. Oh, he did. He said that.
Because we conduct ourselves, and I still associate myself in that community. We conduct ourselves by a few different rules. We tweak the rules a little bit in the sense that
If it's a hook, it's okay.
yeah, it's like
Tweak the root, nigga. You tweak the records that are given to you. Yeah.
things like that, But with that being said, like I anybody that knows me knows that my
Yo, Drake do this thing where he just look into the air. It's like, yo, nigga, stop lying. Yo, you see a nigga look into the air like this? This nigga lying to you, bro.
Come on, man.
Yo, right when he starts to talk about that, why is he looking in the air? These guys are looking directly at you. Why are you looking in the air when you say that? Body language has a lot of meaning. It means some shit. And this
Yeah,
right
absolutely.
here, I don't
like
know.
that, But with that being said, like
Bro, he's not even, no eye contact.
anybody
Right.
that knows me knows that my strongest talent is writing. That is my strongest talent. I'm not a great singer. I'm a good performer. I've grown into a great performer. But my greatest talent is writing, and that's why people ask me to write songs for them. That's why people like to get in the
You're right
room
about that, buddy. You're a hell of a performer. Listen, I'll give it to you, Drake. You are a hell of a performer because you fooled us. You did. You fooled us for 15 years. But guess what? Actually, I'm not even going to say Dot. Meek started all of this, right? Meek started this whole train, right? And this motherfucker is like a speeding bullet right now, okay? You hear me? And I don't think you can slow it down.
with me. And yeah, I want to just encourage anybody, like, look, if it makes a great song and you're the one that's voicing it, but it's you and this other person that's cooking it up, you're not doing anything wrong, And that's like just, again, from me speaking to any new artist, like, don't let anybody tell you that you're not supposed to collaborate on you. That's what this is for.
All right, so there is a thin line between collaboration. Like if I draw something right now, freehand, you're gonna respect. If you give me a fucking stencil and I draw it, and I'll be like, look what I drew, and you're like, oh, yo, that's crazy. And then I show you the stencil that I had to draw, you're gonna be like, oh, it's devalued, nigga. That's simple. It's devalued at that point. Like, come on, man. We gonna sit here and act stupid. I get it. People collaborate all the time, and I get that. Like, you should collaborate with people, but when you collaborate, you put two ideas together. You don't come there with a reference that somebody wrote and say, hey, just use this, and then you say it the way you want to say it. That's not hip-hop. I'm sorry. There's a thin line there, and it might be debated, but people use the word collaborate to basically drown it out and make it seem like we just collaborating. Nah,
Right.
bruh, you're copying and you're stealing.
I'm appalled. You ain't Paul. You a nigga that's stealing.
Whatever gets you to that destination where you have, a great body of work. If you need somebody to write the whole thing and all you do is just go in and track it, there's still artists that exist like that.
You, nigga, you talking about
Yeah.
yourself.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
What the fuck, bro?
that's
what?
how we know.
I'm getting cooked.
Bro, you're talking about yourself. Wow. Okay.
To this day, that people love and revere, and they sell out stadiums.
That's not you, though.
That's
Look.
This nigga
He
lying
rubbed his
to
ear
y'all,
and looked
man,
down.
Bro, this nigga lying to y'all, bro. He lying to y'all. Look
He
at
lying
this.
to us,
He's saying
so.
that's not you though. So now all of a sudden you gotta rub your ear. Body language means so much, bro. Look at this shit.
here, and they sell out stadiums.
That's not you, though.
That's not me. No.
A two-pack of ass.
Nigga, fucking liar, bro. Nigga,
Wow.
what? You saying that's not you? That's not me. The fuck? If you feel strongly in that shit, and that's not you, say it with your chest.
With
nigga.
your chest,
You feel
yeah.
like, that's not you though. That's
Yeah.
not me. Hell no. That's
Right.
how you answer that shit. You saying it's not you? Hell no. I write my
Mm-hmm.
own shit. Oh my gosh, bro. This nigga really think people stupid out here.
No,
box is
I've
saying-
wrote all. By the way, all my biggest songs and any song that really, really did damage for me, I've wrote every single lyric.
That's a very general statement. All my songs that really, really did damage for me, I wrote every. Really?
Right.
Really?
Yeah. It's bro.
So that like,
The hits, yeah.
not even
Down.
the hits and the ones that you would like. It's like I'm not gonna collaborate with somebody on any of the timestamp records.
My gosh.
Wow.
Bro, this is a crazy week for OVO.
I'm not gonna
man.
lie. Hold on. Hold on, Ree. This right here, yeah. This is the face of a liar. This is the expression of a damn, they caught me. I'm caught. Come out, y'all. Hey, y'all, come out. We caught. It's the face of a liar.
OVO, man.
It's the face
This
of
is
a
a crazy week
motherfucking
for
liar.
OVO.
I'm not collaborating with anybody on, Marvin's Room or, like the R&B records that are, other than me and Party.
Bro, that was a lie. You. That was a lie, guys. A lot of test tournament, right? That was a lie. Because he had composers on Marvin's Room, right? I don't understand why. You know what? Let's look at this real quick, y'all. Hold on, because he said Marvin's Room, and I just want to see something real quick, y'all, because we do this in real time, right? He just said Marvin's Room. Okay. Marvin's Room. No, I want to see, because I haven't really learned how to do this on the computer yet. Yes, get info. Okay. Now I want to see, alrighty, composer. That's the engineer. That's 40, right? Then you got Aubrey Drake Graham, and then you have Adrian. That's someone else on Marvin's Room. It's not just Drake. You understand? Like, so how could you sit here and say you would never collab with somebody on Marvin's Room when there's clearly somebody here on the record with you collaborating other than the engineer? And don't hit me with some that could be the producer boy BS, because it says composer. That's the person that composes the lyrics. Come on, man. Carry on, Zoe.
But I think when you say the timestamp records.
That's interesting hearing that now. It's interesting hearing that now. Working with Party, collaborating with Party, other than me and Party, in the context of this actual conversation, makes it seem like you're basically admitting that you have collaborated with Party. And from what we know of your definition of collaboration, that means you could have taken a lot of records from Party.
He has.
I don't know, man.
Because that is
He
like the
has.
MC, like the bars, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, so I think the idea was like try to discredit you as an MC, that all of that doesn't come from your pen.
Of course.
You're saying that comes from your pen.
But again, curated by the people who are ready to see the downfall of Drake. So again, just another little like, let's try this angle. It's really like I said, I've done studio sessions with people. When I collaborate with people, I always send the idea first. I'm the one that picks the beat and goes, yo, here, just put a verse on this and take that for your album or your single or whatever.
Bro, he sound like he
people
lying.
Know me, I'm good for it. So that's why I never really stressed about
Sounds
like
like
that
he's
narrative.
lying.
It's cool, it's fun. Again, it's cool for like memes and people that want to laugh and to see out and be like, yo, that's that nigga,
Oh my gosh, man. Yeah, so I don't know if this is actually a reference track. I don't know, man. So listen, I ain't saying it's true. I ain't saying it's not true. I don't know at this point. It's kind of random that this is showing up. I don't know who this person is. And then they got this one, 4 p.m. Calabasas.
No struts, no pitches, even back when I wasn't popping. When they told me take an R&B and go on the road, and I told them no and drew for Kendrick and Rocky. I tried to make the right choices with the world watching. Mike never tried to be like Pac. Pac never tried to be like Mike. Those my dad's words to me when I asked him how to make it in life. And I always saw my brothers gave the greatest advice.
I don't know, man. The AI debate is, I don't know. AI is good, but I don't think AI is that good when it comes to like, the way you say certain words.
It's
Like,
not,
when I say the
Zoe.
way you say it,
I
it's
don't
like
think
it's
it
like the
is.
way that what do you call it? Yeah, afflection, whatever. Like the way you say the words, I don't think AI is that good. I don't know, man. Again, I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's false. But again, like.
All right, y'all. Listen, there you have it. I'm pretty heartbroken. Not even gonna lie to you. As you can tell, my mood then probably went from a 10 to like a 2. Because Drake was definitely my guy. You know, as a writer myself for about, I've been writing music for I would just count on my fingers. 26 years now. I've been composing music, and that's pop. I write country. I write soul. I write R&B. I primarily write hip hop though, right? I write raps. So Drake was like a sort of a distant mentor for me, you know? So this is pretty heartbreaking. This is, like I said, a sad day for hip hop. But yeah, you guys can go over to Zoe. I think it was like a minute and some change left of this video. But if you want to go and watch the full video, it is Drake caught using reference tracks again. That is Big Zoe TV. I'll tag them in the description below. And until next time, y'all, this is Puny Humans Platform. I'm your host, True Victor, and yeah. Walls over the walls.
Mommy on my top like a do-rag. Drinking barefoot like where your shoe at. I'm sipping my wet now. Her pussy get wet now. My wrist a baguette now. Pull up in the his and hers Bentley. You asked for the guys, so they sent me. Golden child gifted. Rockin' to the engine start season. I'm recording to the tennis, get evicted. I'm a motherfucking menace. Hot nigga with a cold heart. Hot niggas, it get all dark. On the block with it, where it all starts. She eating popsicles, knock it out the ballpark. I wanna see that ass, I don't want text. Girl, I'm tryna fuck, I don't want sex. And she just wanna suck, she thinks she the best. You know I'm tryna see what's up, she might be career. You give me them bad vibes, you give me that wet.